Oh, thank God. Well, because yeah, Mostert's hurt, but he was also game time decision tonight, so that's good. Mm-hmm. I got a lot of guys tonight. I got Josh Allen in one league. I got James Cook in another league. I got Waddle and A Chain in one league. Um, I got Kincaid in another league. So like, I need a big night. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. Like I saw I was in the, I was at the airport watching a little bit of the end of the Cards Cards Bills game, and I saw the score, and I thought, oh, Kincaid had to have had like at least something, and he only had one catch last week. Mm-hmm. Mm. Lucky you. I lost them all. Yeah, every one of my teams underwhelmed last week. It was unbelievable. Mm. I noticed this. I noticed this, which was really weird. Like I, because my keeper league, like I thought the commissioner moved it from Yahoo to Sleeper. But what's funny is I went into the Yahoo app to update my one league, and it's still showing stuff from that current keeper league, like in my Yahoo track. Yeah, which is weird. Meant to ask him about that earlier, but like I've only been updating the sleeper app, so like I hopefully that's the correct one, but we'll see. Hmm. I don't. I know nothing about the Cardinals' rush defense, so I think they'll be okay. Oh, you're fine. Yeah, I wouldn't even give that a second. Do that. No, I'm expecting because like the Jags should have won that game last week against the Dolphins. Dolphins got very lucky on some of this. So like I think that defense is very streaky. And then the Bills I think are the Bills defense, like their secondary is still not that, still haven't like fully gotten like going yet. So I think this is gonna have to be one of those high scoring games where Josh Allen like makes the shit happen to try to win a game. Good.
Default. Yep, works now. As soon as you double click things, Greg, it works. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yeah, it's called Two Beers Deep again. Fuck them. Welcome to Two Beers Deep.
Might as well.
It still says thought. Damn it. The 2-person screen says thoughts on the bench. The 3-person one says.
I thought you had it set up like it was 2 beers deep for the 2 people. And
I
3
did,
for
but
Thoughts on the
this
Bench.
one I had to pull from my desktop. So I can do this screen on if you're watching, which is us on the left side, which is fine for like games and stuff. But I just pulled a random 2-person and it says this because I had to move the 2-person to a 3-person for Josh being on.
Oh, jag off. Which, by the way, have we set an over under yet on how long it's going to take before he actually decides he wants to come back? We haven't touched on that.
And it's not even come back. No, because it's not even come back, Greg. Here's what's going.
Why does it not come back?
But here's what's going to happen is he's not coming back, but he'll be like, wow. 2 straight weeks of Justin Fields, like, can I come on air and talk about it? And we're going to be like, no. So he doesn't want to be a part of it. He wants to be a part of it. Like, he doesn't want to be a part of it. He wants to be a part of it.
He doesn't want to have the weekly commitment to it. He wants to come in as like,
well, this way he can tell Anastasia he's not on the show. Right.
And also, in fairness, far be it from me to like question his timing in all seriousness, but you would think that he would want to wait till after the Steelers season to decide to step away from this.
Greg, I know you said you'll all be it. I think you should be it.
What do you mean I should be it?
You should be it instead of all be it. You should be it. You know?
Yeah, all be it for me. That's fair. Didn't even think about that. I'll be it. You know what? I will stake my foot in and say I will goddamn be it.
Derek's word find of the day.
Albeit.
All right, here we go, Greg. 3, 2, 1, action. What are you drinking?
Last of my Diaspora from the Trace collab for Barrel and Flow Fest. I will be picking up something fresh very soon. I'll actually be at Intergroove tomorrow, so I'll probably pick up a 4-pack of something there.
And you're not going to say hi to Cousin Brian?
I've never met Cousin Brian until I didn't even know what Cousin Brian looked like until I actually saw the podcast episode. So if he's there tomorrow, yes, I promise I will say
hi. Let's ask him. I have the technology.
Is he working tomorrow? You have the technology?
What time are you going?
Hey, I should get there around 6:30 or 7, I think.
You 6:30 or 7? Groove tomorrow? We'll see what he says. Yeah, Intergroove's cool. I like Intergroove a lot.
Oh, yeah. I still have not been to the Allentown spot yet, and even though that's closer for me. But tomorrow I'm going because I have a friend of mine that's playing his 2-man acoustic set there that they were scheduled for Friday.
What's their
name?
I'm
also 2-man Martian.
Oh, okay, it's different. I have a friend who introduced me to their friends who is a 2-man acoustic group as well. I might actually go to drink, not to work. Awesome. Be there at 6.
Nice. I am.
Greg is going. Keep talking.
Yes, my friend is in a 2-man cover band called 2-Man Martian. They play like at different
Are they playing there?
Wineries, kind of. Yeah, they're playing there. I try to go whenever I am available, and B, they're like in driving distance for me. So like Verona's not bad. Like sometimes they'll play out and like they play like further. What?
Who is your friend? Why don't I know this person?
His name's Dustin.
Why do you have friends I don't know about?
I don't know. I just do.
No, you don't.
Yes.
No, you don't. That's why this is weird.
Yes, I do.
Are they in your D&D group?
Dustin is not. No.
Okay. Is he? I mean, how'd you meet Dustin?
He used to date my cousin.
Oh, okay. It's family then. Phew.
Yeah, yeah.
That's way different.
He was gonna be my cousin-in-law at one point, and then it didn't work out.
Got
But
it.
we jokingly,
We picked
his new
sides.
girlfriend jokingly, his new girlfriend jokingly says he got me in the divorce, but
Nice.
it's a touchy subject. Yeah. So, but yeah, they're playing there tomorrow, and then I'm actually bringing Davis with me.
Okay, we like Davis.
We do like Davis.
We like Davis.
And here's the thing that brought this on is that, and it was a very random thing. So we had a fantasy football draft last month, and we're at this bar kind of close by me called Mulligan's. It's like a 5-minute drive from my house.
Great name for a bar.
And we're sitting there, and like we're looking at the taps and stuff, and Sam Adams has like their tap on there, and on the menu it says, oh, it's a seasonal thing. And Davis goes up to the bar and he's like, what's the seasonal thing for Sam Adams? And he says, oh, Oktoberfest. And this is like mid-August.
Hell yeah.
Yes, but here's
what's after Summer Ale? Porch Rocker? Like, no, that's a fall, isn't it? Or spring.
Porch Rocker and I think Porch Rocker and Summer Ale are like the same.
But when
thing.
I'm trying to think of what the next one would be before Oktoberfest.
I think it's Summer Ale. I don't think there's anything in between that.
Okay.
That's what's weird. But like the thing that like I have a hard stance on is like I do not start drinking fall beer until after Labor Day. That is like my official start date. I think drinking pumpkin beer beforehand when it's like 80 degrees outside, I can't do.
Let the record show I think good beer is good beer, but to each their own.
Fair. I do not have the taste for it. I can't do it. And Davis had the same opinion about me, and he jokingly said while we were there, I wonder who has the best Oktoberfest beer in Pittsburgh. And I jokingly was like, I mean, it's probably Penn.
I was gonna say Penn's easily my favorite.
Penn's Fox, yes. There might be a couple other smaller ones and stuff.
Yeah.
And then after that, like he jokingly said, you know what, we should do a tour to figure out who has the best Oktoberfest. And this is like bar talk where I'm like, yeah, of course, man. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, sure.
And then a week later goes by and he texts me and he says, so when are we starting the tour? And I'm like, I didn't know you were serious. And now we are fully on board. I was going to Intergroove anyway, and I realized that they definitely have something.
They have an Oktoberfest out now?
Yes, they do. It's called Conan the Bavarian.
No, but also you called me a basic bitch for watching Halloween movies 2 weeks ago, and your brewery has an Oktoberfest already?
Actually, here's something that's
my lord.
Here's something that's also gonna throw you off. They do their Oktoberfest celebration in August.
You do your Oktoberfest in August?
Mm-hmm. It's
exclamation
called
mark and question mark.
It's called Ogtoberfest.
I said we are fighting.
So yeah, I was already going tomorrow. I texted Davis, asked if he wanted to come so we can begin the journey to find the best Oktoberfest in Pittsburgh.
That's cool.
Oktoberfest beer, not event.
Not the event. Yeah. What do you guys? Did you guys pick who you think is the best beforehand or anything like that? I think you should. You should set this is who I'm cheering for type thing. Or
yes.
picking.
Yes. Well, the standard for me to start off with is clearly Penn Oktoberfest.
100%.
That is the gold standard for me. I'll probably go to Oktoberfest either the weekend after my birthday or the weekend of the October 2nd.
Is this
and 3rd.
Just places that make the Oktoberfest, or you are going to add in Oktoberfest from like Sam Adams and breweries?
Well, we haven't gotten that far yet.
May I?
You may, sir. You may.
You're going to all these breweries. You and Davis need to organize one night at your house or something where you each get like 6 from like a pick 6. That way you can have 12 beers to taste. That way you can get all of the ones coming in town out in one night.
Mm-hmm. I'm in full agreement with you because as someone that I know has already attempted this with the pumpkin beer one as well.
Yes.
I know your logic.
My issue with what I did with the pumpkin beer was I said it and didn't realize it was going to be a thing. So you and I had you have the same exact issue I had, and then fuck
yes.
it. The only problem is
mine's not going to be
what should be.
I don't make content.
May
Not
I?
everything has to be
May I?
content.
The other day. Okay, hold on. I'm drinking a garage beer. Damn.
Shout out garage beer. I've still never had a garage beer.
Me either. I bought it. So I don't know what to do with this information, but
okay.
That's a beer.
Okay.
Brian said, "I stand by my accusation." Greg's coming there to kick your ass tomorrow.
It's literally counterintuitive to his entire business. Like, what the fuck?
I said, Greg's coming there to kick your ass now.
Yeah, I might as well after this bullshit.
What was I going in on? Oh, so was doing a lot of thinking about what this will become. Still no answer. We might move to YouTube Sports Jeopardy. We might move to every other. We might move the night. I don't know. Everything's on the table because it's just you and I.
Yep.
But what I did, and what I think should probably just happen, is I bought the website twobeersdeep.com. And I don't. It was $14 for a year, and I was like, cool, lock it down.
Okay.
I almost want us to. Now potentially we keep Dodge on the Bench, and there's sports or something. I almost want to just convert it to a beer blog where we can put other stuff. So but it is a beer blog. I can go through my brewery ranking. You can write when you actually want to. If Trace is bringing a new beer out or something and you're just like, I had it and want to just write it. But we turn it all 110% into beer. And the reason for that is because when we were 100% sports and beer, it seeped in. If we're 100% beer, sports is just a part of that. So it feels better for us. Thoughts? This is the first time Greg's ever heard this. For anybody, if we have
it is. It's the first time you're telling me this. I don't hate it. My beer knowledge is clearly not as strong as obviously my sports, so that is my only fear. But
you don't need to know any shit. We're still talking sports. It's just the blog. The blog
is more beer based. Okay,
is Two Beers Deep.
It kind of. I mean, and here's the thing too. Like I'm already, and you have accused me of this many times, where I just know random shit about new breweries that are opening because I just follow the news about it. Yeah. So to me, it kind of makes sense. Like I already read about this shit, and I'm already clearly some of the things that make me excited is new breweries and new beer. So this is actually a solid idea, I must say.
Here's where I'd like to get to. It almost becomes some version of like a newsletter of it. Not like that it's coming out all the time, but like if Trace and Cinderlands are collabing on beer, you just write it up and it helps all of these places. It reminded me a lot of what Adam was doing. Adam worked for a company that would
very local,
he would do all the PR or social or content for breweries because the breweries just pop up and they need a team to do it. So we could have a little fun, and the show will still remain this exact thing, which is we're drinking good beer and talking about sports and probably movies and stuff, because a trailer dropped today that I'm curious to your take on. But yeah, I bought that website. I think the website will become Two Beers Deep, and it'll become you and I running a beer blog.
Okay. I am all for this.
Sports. We don't need to. Sports are covered.
There's already millions of other ones.
We did it, Greg. Sports are covered.
Yeah.
So think about that. Also, the Venom trailer.
I have not seen it yet. Okay. I've seen the first two. I'm excited for the fact that I think it's funny that they're doing the play on the Last Dance type thing as the send off for Tom Hardy and the send off for Eddie Brock. I love that. I'm very fascinated to see I always struggle to pronounce his name. The bad guy in this one, Chitue Ejiofor, I believe.
Shit.
He played Baron Mordo in Doctor Strange.
Oh. Chiwetel
Ejiofor. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember how to pronounce the name, but I think that's a great choice for a villain. And
well,
as
for which one? The third one he's gonna be?
Yeah, he's like the guy hunting Eddie and Venom.
Okay, because the trailer today releases the actual villain.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it oh, what was the thing that I read? It's like the guy who was the cop in the second one, like after
Oh,
he
so
gets saved
I
by.
don't think so.
Okay.
Because this is where I'm getting a little angry about the whole Sony Marvel thing. The villain, which they show, is Knull, Knull. Knull is the guy that made the symbiotic sword for the God Killer in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh.
So it's played by
Okay.
Norman Reedus of Walking Dead. Apparently, it's the symbiote god. So the symbiote god would make sense for Venom naturally, and Sony has the rights of it. But he's also the guy that made the sword in Thor. So it's like, I don't know, man. I can't tell if this is Sony taking another swing and a miss, or this is Marvel trying to get them involved. Because with the Garfield or the Maguire, whichever movies come out with Spider-Man in it that keep going, it'll be interesting.
Well, you haven't seen Morbius, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
I have
good.
not seen a single Sony movie outside of Madam Web, and that was
okay. So in Morbius, there is a scene. There's a post-credit scene where and it's during the and it takes place kind of like during like the end of No Way Home, where that dimensional rift occurs and all of Spider-Man's villains are in it. During that scene, somehow the Vulture, Michael Keaton's character, ends up in that world of like Morbius's world. So at the end of the movie, he somehow ends up in a jail cell, gets released from jail because in that world, like there's no record of him, so they're not going to keep him in jail. And then at the end of the movie, Morbius is on like a cliff, and Michael Keaton's Vulture comes down from the sky, like in his getup and everything, and talks about like guys like them sticking together. So it's like it's like a wink and a nod to like the original concept of them trying to do a Sinister Six movie. But at the same time, like
it's just Sony hasn't made a single good movie. Like Venom, I've heard is
no.
okay, but it's not. When we're talking about good movies, like Tom Hardy and Venom getting a trilogy is a miracle. Like
it is, and full disclosure too, like when the first Venom came out and stuff, like it did not get like great reviews or anything like that, but everyone was so excited for a proper Venom to be like introduced that nobody cared.
For a
and
Venom,
for the record,
it's
like
good.
yes, and for the record, like I don't think like the original Venom is Venom or Venom Let There Be Carnage. I don't think they're great movies, but I'm still happy to see them do comic accurate versions of Venom and Carnage, minus the spider like insignia, which still pisses me off, but whatever. But yeah, Sony has just dropped the ball entirely, especially from the perspective of that they essentially, and I think I don't know if you were the one that told me about this, but like Sony has the rights to so many like Spider-Man villains and stuff like that Sony essentially is allowing Marvel to only do certain characters in those Spider-Man movies, I guess. Like that's why they've only done Vulture and Mysterio.
Well, and what's the Scorpion guy?
Oh yeah, Scorpion. He didn't actually appear in.
No. But that's I mean they have the rights and they've teased him.
They do have the rights. Yes, they do. And then Spider-Man 3, like they did like they essentially was like a kind of a backdoor way of doing it because they just used villains that were already done. So it kind of worked out. But no, man, I cannot wrap my mind around just this concept of like how is it that Sony is so stubborn with this IP that they're not willing to sell the rights back to Marvel or Disney. Disney, I'm sure, will have no problem paying for this because like Spider-Man is clearly like the top tier character in the Marvel
100%. He's the
entity.
guy.
Like I imagine, but like that's also probably why Sony doesn't want to give it up because it's like we have the rights to all of these characters that you can't use, and you need to give us permission to do it. So
yeah, it's tough, and which is why. So they did something interesting with Spider-Man, which too I'd love to get your take on. So Spider-Man, both previous iterations, showed us how he became Spider-Man. Both iterations.
Yes.
What they did with Tom Holland was basically throw him straight into Civil War but then also then give him a very easy tie-in that had instant gear, instant, like he grew to the level of Avenger in 2 seconds.
Right.
Now I know that now they're talking about, well, they peeled it all away. He's going to be your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's back to there. Are you sorry, I'm trying to get through the thought before the question. One,
go ahead.
Sony has to be the reason for that. Agree or disagree? Like maybe it's just another like, well, we just, we thought that had been played out.
I mean, I do think it's been played out. Like
yeah,
you've seen two different versions of the origin, so it's kind of like, what more can you do with it? Like how much
I
different
get that,
can you make
but
it?
I'm thinking that they wanted to get him so involved quickly with the Avengers that, like Marvel basically owned it. Like Sony owned it.
Yeah.
But if they would have done a solo Spider-Man movie before Civil War, I almost guarantee Sony would have won that war.
You know, it's a fun Easter egg that I didn't know about until recently. You know how at the end of Iron Man 2, when those drones go on a rampage and stuff through Stark Expo and Tony comes to save them. There's the scene of the kid in the Iron Man helmet, like shooting it, that's Peter Parker.
Yeah.
That's incredible. But I think that Marvel did it also in a way to like establish him right away and then like kind of force Sony's hand in the aspect, because it's like, we made this character bigger than you could have possibly ever thought of doing it, and without even doing an origin story. So just let us like build him up and kind of have at it. I don't know. I think the way that they built him up, and I don't think a lot of people actually knew this, I think they took the playbook from the original Batman with the Tim Burton one with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson, because that movie, it's not an origin story. Like you get kind of like as you're watching it, like sure, you get kind of like little like spurts about like how like Bruce Wayne's origin, like obviously like his parents
you see
being
parts
murdered
of
and stuff like that. You get parts of it, but you don't get like the full like origin story of Batman. Actually, Batman Begins is probably the best origin story movie of Batman. The only one, actually, when you think about it. But the original Batman movie, he's Batman right away. He's already like established as a crime fighter.
Yeah.
Like you're watching the movie from the vantage point of this character is already existing and people are starting to understand what he is. So that's kind of like the same approach they did with Spider-Man, I would say, but except they put it in a situation where there's already all of this stuff going on. I mean, it's no different than Black Panther. Black Panther was already well established.
I'd agree. I think that they still did a good job explaining how he got his power, how he became like, still to this day, what is Spider-Man's actual power? Really good reflexes and strength, because he makes his webs. Like, and so
the comic accurate description is he makes his own webs. It's not the Sam Raimi version where it just comes out of his body,
for sure,
which they made fun of in No Way Home.
Oh my god, it just comes out of you? Yeah. Does it come out anywhere else? Yeah, no. Agreed. It's like, all right, well, let's, I want to know the story, because here's another reason I think that they kicked it out is because I almost guarantee Sony owns the Oscorp family.
Perhaps, but the thing that I find interesting about that though is that Marvel Animation is releasing Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man like within the next year, I think, and Norman Osborn is going to be like his initial mentor.
But that's animated, right?
It is, and it is, but it is through Disney Plus. So
yeah, but it could be a rights issue, live action.
It could. And the thing I'm curious about is I don't know if that is. I don't think it's going to be connected to the MCU. Like I don't think it's going to tell like Spider-Man's like high school years before he did the Avengers thing. That'd be interesting if that was the case. But but it is showing like different characters in it. And I know Matt Murdock will be in it, voiced by the guy who plays Daredevil. So.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where the spider always comes from Oscorp, and except for in Spider-Verse, because technically it comes from another dimension, but still comes from Oscorp. And
Still
so
comes from Oscorp.
if you can't, use Oscorp, how are you going to show the spider? And so that was another theory I had, because everyone says Ned's going to turn into the Hobgoblin. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so there's stuff there, and I still don't understand. The Hobgoblin and the Green Goblin, what's the difference?
So there's two different ways to kind of look at it. So like if you're going off of like the animated series version from like from the mid 90s, Hobgoblin was the original Goblin, and then when his stuff was actually stolen from Oscorp, and then when it was returned, when Norman Osborn had his accident with the gas somehow changed the costume and made it a Green Goblin costume as well. So it's kind of strange. In the comics, I know the Green Goblin came first, kind of like how Sam Raimi actually did it with like Norman Osborn like going through the procedure, like testing on himself. And then the Hobgoblin, I believe in the comics, came like a few years later after the fact, of like a completely different character that was using Oscorp technology to be a robber and stuff like that.
So then my question goes to, has there ever been a universe in which Peter Parker did not know the Oscorp, the Osgood family? You know what I mean too? Because I'm thinking like if they're going to introduce it after the Hobgoblin or something like that.
It's possible.
Okay.
I mean,
100%. We're in the multiverse.
It's possible. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, we're in the multiverse. Like the Spider-Verse essentially proved that. I mean, there's a Spider-Verse Spider-Gwen where Peter was the Lizard. So I mean, it's entirely possible. I mean, yeah, I could say that there would be a universe where Peter probably never met any Oscorp or any or any Harry or Norman versions of himself. That's entirely possible. I find it fascinating, and this is just Marvel being so good at what they do, is like they've been able to essentially build this perfectly accurate representation of Peter Parker and Spider-Man without using many of the characters that are so important to him.
Yeah.
Which I find crazy. Like that, yeah, they got rid of all the tropes. Like they made Aunt May into like such a stronger character than any other previous version.
I mean,
ever done.
They made
Marissa Tomei. It's Marissa Tomei, so still.
They made Aunt May.
They did make Aunt May. No Gwen Stacy, no Captain George Stacy, no Norman Osborn, no Mary Jane Watson.
I mean, MJ is so different.
MJ is so different. It's I give them so much credit for taking the spirit of the Spider-Man comics and all that and making it their own, but it's still working. You know, like no one expected that twist for Mysterio to be like a former Stark employee that had his ideas.
Yeah, was that not comic book?
No, that was not accurate. Like,
who's Mysterio in the comic books?
It's the same person that Jake Gyllenhaal plays, but like he is a former like failed magician and inventor that uses the illusion type ideas that he built to be able to become Mysterio. Like he's not a former Stark employee that was like that had his idea robbed and used for something.
That's cool.
Medial. Yeah, it's phenomenal.
How do you feel about them changing it? Because this is not what I have to get to with books and shows and everything that when I don't see Bean, it's a bad. He's probably out there fucking someone. You have to understand that it is the story being told, not a live action remake. Like, or a live action, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the same thing. It's the story, but told a little bit different. So do you get mad when they change stuff from the comic book? Because you're a comic book guy, and so you want to see these storylines play out. Does it make you mad?
A little. I mean, it's no different than people who read the books and don't 100%. See it as accurate. I imagine people that read, like if you read the Harry Potter books and you remember in the Sorcerer's Stone, there's this whole scene during the path to get the Sorcerer's Stone that takes place in a potions lab that not used during.
Yeah,
they have to pick the right one, and Hermione like really like shines in it, and it's just completely washed away. I'm okay with not using I'm okay with them using their own interpretation as long as the spirit of it is still there. to a degree, because like for instance, I have I have the graphic novels called Batman the Long Halloween
Oh
and
yeah.
Batman, and that graphic novel is what was the basis for the Dark Knight.
Did he
It
kill in
was
that?
hmm?
He didn't kill in the Halloween. There's one that he killed. Maybe I'm crazy. Keep going.
I
Do you know what
I
I'm talking
don't
about?
remember what. Yeah, I don't know which one that is though,
Okay.
but in the Long Halloween, there's a lot of stuff in it that they use for the Dark Knight. Like
That's
they
cool.
really focus on like the relationship between him and the DEA. Oh God, why am I blanking on Two Face's like actual name?
Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent. Thank you. They really focus on the relationship of him, Harvey Dent, and James Gordon, how they're trying to like make Gotham better. And there's a scene in the graphic novel where like they do the face swap thing that you see in Dark Knight, where like James Gordon pretends he's dead when he's actually
Yeah,
alive
that's
in order
cool.
to catch Joker. Yeah, so like I like that because it still gets you to Harvey Dent becoming Two Face, just like in the graphic novel, but there's different like aspects and
Yeah.
different creativity to do with it. So I'm okay with it as long as the spirit of it is still there. There's certain times, obviously, where I can get very mad, where you're just taking it in a completely
Yeah.
wrong direction, like Iron Man 3 when they completely butchered the Mandarin, like that.
Well, so
That irks
okay,
me.
let's get into the Mandarin. Why did the
Go
Mandarin
ahead.
irk you?
Because the Mandarin is the big bad in Iron Man
Mm-hmm.
comics. Like he's the Green Goblin. He's the Red Skull. He is like the main big bad in Iron Man. And there's also, and I think also probably the reason they did it is because in the comics, like the Mandarin is also polar opposite from Tony Stark, where Tony
Yes.
relies on technology. Mandarin is magic based,
Yeah, the
which
Mandarin
is,
has the 10 rings. But they
yes, the
are.
10 rings. Yes, they are. They all represent like a different. They're like the Infinity Stones. They
Mm-hmm.
all represent kind of like a different power, almost to a degree, which maybe might have been the reason for it. But the way that they did the Mandarin, like, and I thought Ben Kingsley, like, if he was just like that evil character as the Mandarin, I thought would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But the swerve of making him like this, this pretend actor that like was being used by the guy who like was screwed by Tony a few years ago and stuff like that was just so deflating.
I like
No.
that, but my question for you would be if they would have kept Tony,
Mm-hmm.
would you have liked to see him and the actual Mandarin from Shang-Chi meet up under the knowledge of who he was, what the rings converted to? Like, would them have meeting and him becoming the big bad before we get into like a Shang-Chi storyline of it changed any of your disappointment with how the Mandarin was taken in the MCU?
If you put the actual Mandarin with like the way the 10 rings are being
Mm-hmm.
displayed now as like these weapons that
And I'm
like,
talking
and
about
they're completely,
Shang-Chi's dad too when I say the Mandarin in the MCU. Just so you know.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes, yes. If you had that version of the Mandarin and Tony, that would have been awesome
Okay, cool.
because, oh, it would have been awesome. I think and here's the thing too that kind of drives me nuts about about the Shang-Chi movie, which I thought was great. You still have no idea what the 10 rings are.
No, yeah, I mean they're going to tie it together under an umbrella of galactic weapons or something like that because you got
Yes.
the bangle, you got Shang-Chi,
Mm-hmm.
there's other things that are that like color and
Which
temporal
by
level.
the way, I give New Rockstars a lot of credit. They did a very good job breaking down how they're going to pivot from, because I think the idea for like the original setup with what they were leading to
Mm-hmm.
was like the rings came from like the quantum verse or something, and Kang was going to get involved somehow.
Well, that was his
They did a real
chair and
Yeah. They did a really good breakdown explaining how like they can pivot away from that and still explain everything pretty well. So I was excited. I'm at
what
least excited for
what
that.
was their reasoning? Because I have a theory, but now
I,
it's
I
fine.
think the I think I think the way that they explained it was that I believe the rings came from kind of a parallel world, almost like kind of like how the Fantastic Four come from a futuristic
Oh, that's cool.
version of Manhattan that take place in the 60s, and they somehow landed in a time where the Mandarin picked them up and gave them eternal youth. So I think that's how that version happens. But it's also similar to what they think, the idea for why they think Victor Von Doom has the face of Tony Stark as well.
Yeah, that one made a little bit of sense to me in the sense of like, because I saw one that they put out, which is basically like he's not going to play the Victor Von Doom role. He'll play a Victor Von Doom role. Is still on the table, meaning that he would play Victor Von Doom against the Fantastic Four and would die, and they come back and don't recognize now the new Victor Von Doom or something like that. Which, like,
yeah,
I don't know. Everything's on the table there.
Wait, by the way, I did want to bring this up because I don't think we've gone in fully in depth on this one. So when I texted you that night that he was going to play Victor Von Doom, like you had the same reaction as me. I was thrilled.
Oh, I love it.
But how surprised are you by like the negative reaction it got kind of like a few days afterwards?
Real quick, because I just had to go down a train to think of the thought. I want to give you my theory on what the rings and the bangle and that types could be, and then ask the same question. For me, I thought they were going to pivot to it being a Moon Knight tie-in, where your celestial plane can produce a weapon. The Black Panthers would be the flower. And then you get into, for Miss Marvel, the bangle for Shang-Chi, his... Now, granted, that gets into, like, religion or whatever it is, but, like, I was like, they could go into each celestial plane, gives their champion a weapon. Because then it would explain Moon Knight having the god power and coming back. So, like, that was something I was in my brain. I was like, you really could have a celestial plane, because then there's probably something in there with the Eternals in a sense. Like, that would be a little bit more of a cosmic tie to their loose ends up there. I have no idea if that theory would back up, but that would be the backup.
Well, that might back up too, because adamantium is going to be introduced because of the dead celestial. So
So that was just where I was like, that would be cool. I don't think that's the right answer. I haven't thought about it. People are mad about the Tony Stark thing for a couple of reasons. The biggest one being they feel it's lazy. They feel it's a money grab. They feel that Marvel is at its lowest and they are just trying to bring people back. And they feel like Marvel did this for that reason alone. To be fully honest, I think it's really, really childish to assume Marvel just said, we're losing money, bring back RDJ. Like, if that's your first thought, you just can't convince me that was theirs. Maybe I'm too trusting, but there's no chance they would just bring him back, because, like, they have a plan. And even if the goal was more money, RDJ, they're not going to just roll him out and act like it's brand new. Like, there's a terrifying scene that could be produced between Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Robert Downey Jr.'s Victor Von Doom, where he goes, Mr. Stark.
For sure.
And it's not Mr. Stark. I mean, there's a million. There's one where he comes from another dimension and he's Dr. Doom and comes to ours. And in that one, he is Dr. Doom, and he comes back and everyone's like, Tony, you're back. Like, come on in. Take all of our security clearance. There's a million ways they could go with it. I think if you're complaining about it, you are in the camp of complaining about, you probably didn't watch any of the TV shows. You don't rewatch Werewolf at Midnight or Werewolf by Night, whatever it is, every Halloween. Like, if you are going to complain about it, you probably only watched up to the Avengers and have hated everything since, even though there's been good stuff. That's my feeling.
Which, by the way, rewatch Werewolf by Night, the black and white version.
Oh, the black and white version. I haven't watched the colored one yet. I want to.
I refuse to. I can't do it,
dude.
I can't do the color version. It makes no sense, because, like, the whole point of the color version is that the Bloodstone literally creates color into the world. Like, why would you watch that version?
Oh, because it was a year later re-release where they could make more money.
It's so lame. Oh, it was so lame. But no, I get it. I think people were angry at first because of the emotional attachment that Tony Stark's death had.
Yeah, like
in terms of the storyline,
and then you just picked it back up and brought it back.
So that's where I think the cheap aspect came from, because you're looking at it as, you know, this is a character that we hold in such high regard, and now you're bringing back the same person for a different role. It's cheap. On the other hand, though, I don't think they were planning on their big bad Jonathan Majors getting, arrested and found guilty of assault and stuff, and realizing,
was he
oh
found guilty?
shit, he was found guilty. Yes.
Was he really?
I think they were looking at it and realizing, oh shit, we can't use Kang anymore. We could come up with a different face for him, because technically Kang is, immortal, and you can maybe come up with a different actor and say that his face was like changed or something to hide his identity. Like, that's possible. But we also have this really cool idea for Secret Wars. And in the Secret Wars comic, Victor Von Doom was the big bad.
I'm glad. I'm
So
not
why don't
glad
we
it
pivot?
happened. I'm not glad anything happened. I love Jonathan Majors. I loved Kang and Ant-Man, and I'm probably on a short list of people that did. I'm really, 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 really happy it's Victor Von Doom doing this. And I don't know, maybe their plan was always to have him. Greg, who knows? Maybe.
And here's a really cool thing in the Secret Wars comic. There is a scene where Victor Von Doom, after he reaches there's a God mode Doom version where he's just completely white with the steel mask, which is sick as hell. And there's a comic scene where he actually grabs Kang by the throat and decapitates him.
Yeah.
So that could be, I don't know if they would do that to destroy the actual Kang character. That would be wild as fuck.
Could you imagine building up Jonathan Majors' character of Kang into a place where everyone thinks this is him, this is him, this is him, this is him. And granted, I don't know if they would have do this to Jonathan Majors at the time, because at the time he was probably the biggest actor on the planet, but they had him built up where he should have killed Ant-Man. He did all this stuff. It went through. And then his neck is just snapped by the next bat. To me, that would be such a fun way for Marvel to introduce an actual bad guy. Because you spend 4 movies reading everything, you believe in it, and then it gets to a place where it's just cut off. It feels like Ned Stark's head.
It's like in the episode of What If, where Ultron slowly starts building up all that power, and he eventually gets Vision's body, and he gets the gems, and he just slices Thanos in half.
Yes.
Completely. Imagine if that was something they did in Infinity War, something they did in Endgame. That would have been incredible. If you just had this one character come in and just destroy Thanos with a snap, or with his mind. That would have been amazing. So but I also, and I'm with you, I love Jonathan Majors and Ant-Man and Quantumania. I think personally, I think they screwed up the ending entirely. I think they should have left Hope and Scott trapped in the quantum verse.
I thought he should have killed Ant-Man.
He did tease it in it, have I killed you before and stuff. I think that would have been interesting.
Well, and so I think that would have been really good. The new Rockstar said something where they said, "Have I killed you before?" There's another universe in where he is someone else. They were trying to. I was like, "God damn it, please stop." But yeah, I mean, hear me out. I wish he would have I don't wish Ant-Man and Paul Rudd were out of the MCU. Paul Rudd's awesome as Ant-Man. It's a fun character. The movies I thought were amazing, but it would have been a tone setter if that guy actually killed Ant-Man.
Right. It would really set up the seriousness that's coming.
Yes.
Essentially. Yeah.
But the fact that Ant-Man and a bunch of ants beat him is kind of, I don't know. I thought it was kind of damn.
Yeah. It was, yeah. And I think, and they left it ambiguous because he was just sucked into that machine. He wasn't killed necessarily, but yeah, I think the ending for that movie is what really kind of left a bad taste, especially. And also, if you think about it, those first 2 Ant-Man movies were very heist driven. They were very kind of they were fun and all that stuff. This was kind of, it was much bigger than it should have been, which is funny considering the ideas, the quantum verse, where it's super tiny and stuff like that. I appreciate it, but yeah, I think that's where they messed up on in that sense. And I'm also going to point this out here too. I know this gets a lot of hate for some reason, but I thought The Marvels was good.
Loved it. I thought it was some of the best comedic writing they've had, and you can fucking hate me for that statement, but I actually enjoyed the writing.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too. What pisses me off is like I found out after the fact that there was a lot of stuff cut from that movie that explains a lot of stuff. Like the scene where they just randomly show up in brand new costumes. Like there's a scene that like they have brand new like stuff waiting for them and all that they get introduced to, or like there's an entire scene of dialogue between Kamala and the villain talking about like why she's trying to get both angles and what
Which
she's
would
trying
have
to
been
accomplish.
awesome because the villain felt
Yes.
rushed. And there was some, I don't know. Yeah, I'd agree. It wasn't perfect, but it was good. And I thought the ending there, bringing the X-Men in, was sick.
Mm-hmm. I don't get why there was so much hate for it. Now, granted, I hated the part about Cat swallowing people to be able to save themselves, but that's just personal opinion right there.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like if the cat swallows you, you're dead.
Yes, it should. But
that's
because they're not cats, I guess, which is what the issue was.
All right, let's check out the BDGE. UFA. Name the 17 running backs that will be unrestricted free agents after this season and are currently averaging $1.5 million per year or more on their current contract.
Wow.
And then this shows the money amount. Number given is the current average salary in millions. I feel like this is not terribly hard. Najee Harris.
Yes.
Because it's got the teams. The Cardinals at $7 feels like James Conner.
$7.
That's a hit. I would say the Dolphins at $3 feels like Raheem Mostert.
Yes.
Okay, that was a miss.
Jeff Wilson then?
Yeah, but he's making that much? Yeah, it was Jeff Wilson. He's making that. Damn. All right, my bad, Raheem. We have 1 out of 3 strikes we can get. There's 2 Raiders on here. Madison and White. Did Madison?
No, White shouldn't be. Madison probably would be. I can't be White. White was drafted there like last year, so.
No, he's been there for a minute, dude. Because remember, he played
Really?
college football with James Cook.
Oh, that's right. That was his.
But I thought it was.
But this should have been like their third. That's his third year.
Yeah,
then,
we'll leave
James
that.
Cook didn't become so like James Cook didn't become a starter until last year. So
there's a Viking for $7 on here, which would probably be Aaron Jones. Did he sign a 1 year? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hit. There is a Green Bay Packer on here for 2.74. Is that?
It's not Jacobs because Jacobs just signed like a 4-year deal.
So did he sign a 4-year? Okay.
AJ Dillon.
Let's try it. That'd be the next name. That's a hit. There's a Cleveland Brown for $2.28 and a Cleveland Brown for $1.99.
I don't think it's Chubb because he just signed a deal not too long ago. Like the only other 2 I know are Pierre Strong and
Jerome Ford.
Yeah, Jerome Ford.
Okay, we're avoiding that. The Ravens at $2.25, $2,250,000.
Justice Hill.
That has to be it, I guess, because they didn't sign Derrick Henry on a short one.
No, they gave him like a 3-year
that's
contract.
A hit. Denver Broncos, $2 million, $2.22 million.
Javonte Williams.
Yeah. Yes, hit. Nice. The Bears at $2 million. Has it been 4 years for Roschon already?
I don't know.
He would have
definitely
to be in the same classes. It's not
definitely
Swift.
not Swift. Yeah. What about Khalil Herbert?
I like Herbert. Let's try that. Nope, miss. I think it's Roschon, but we'll save it. Next is the Cowboys.
Zeke.
He signed a 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Next is the Browns at $1.99. We're leaving that. Next is the Raiders. Let's leave that. Next is the Chiefs at $1.7 million. Clyde?
It's got to be. He was a 5th year off. I don't even know if his option was picked up, actually. So, yeah, it would have been him because he was a first-round pick.
Chargers, $1.6 million.
Oh, J.K. Dobbins and
Gus Edwards. Isaiah Spiller, but he's only in the league for 2.
Yeah. they both had to have signed like 1-year deals to go to LA, right?
One of them signed more, it looks like. Next is the Bucks. That's Rashad White. Right? At 1.5 mil?
I don't remember how long he's been in the league for.
Okay, I clicked it and missed. All right. So, can you give a guess? Oh, wow, I forgot. Oh, my God, this is tough. Can you give a guess for the 2 Browns? We missed it, so.
Is one Kareem Hunt?
No, he's not on the Browns right now.
Oh, I thought he would have been like still injured or some shit. Okay, so I don't think it was Nick Chubb. So
it was Nick Chubb.
It was Nick Chubb.
He
really?
was the 2.2, and the other is Naheem Hines.
I had no idea he was.
The Chicago Bear is Travis Homer.
Oh.
The Raider is Amir Abdullah.
Nebraska boy. Okay.
The Charger is J.K. Dobbins. The Buck is Chase Edmonds. And the Texan is Dare Ogunbowale.
Would have not gotten that one. I had no idea Chase Edmonds was a Buck. Damn.
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
That
okay.
Was good, yeah. Immaculate Grid. Let me make sure you can see this at home. We got... that's why. Lions, Dolphins, Colts on the left side, Bills, Giants, 1,000 yards rushing in a season across the top.
Ooh.
Bills, Giants, 1,000-yard rushing on one side, Dolphins, Colts, Lions the other. You want to go first?
Yeah. Let me see what we got. What's really annoying is like Bills Dolphins should be easy. Oh, Bills Dolphins, Jordan Poyer.
There you go. 11%.
Go.
I'll go. Bills. Bill.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I'll go Dolphins J.J. for 1,000 plus rushing yards in a season. 14%.
Okay. Dolphins Giants. This will probably be the easy one, but I'll get out of the way with Dolphins Giants OBJ.
Yep. Well, miss. He hasn't played a game yet.
Oh my God. He signed with them. What the fuck?
Didn't play a game yet. That sucks.
Oh, for God damn it. It makes me mad.
That one's tough, buddy. Let's do... I feel like a crazy person with some of these teams. Okay, and I think the 1,000 must be achieved with that team in a single season, just as a heads up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go Lions 1,000. Oh. Well, I know I was going to do Jamal, but I think he just led the NFL in touchdowns. I don't think he had 1,000 that year. Shut up. You don't lead in touchdowns and not have 1,000 yards. 4%. Let's go. That would be crazy if he led the NFL in touchdowns and didn't have at least 1,000, right?
It had to have, but then again, like he was also like red zone heavy, so
Agreed.
Like it's possible. I don't want to say he was a
just such
vulture,
a
but like I would. I don't want to say he was a vulture necessarily, but like he was definitely effective. Which, by the way, speaking of vulture, I had this like I don't know why, but I was randomly thinking about the league earlier today, and I was thinking about the for some reason like I had my mind like stuck on the one season finale where Andre finally meets the woman of his dreams, and it turns out she's allergic to his she's allergic to his sperm.
To his sperm, yeah.
I don't know why, but I was thinking about the scene at the end of the season premiere where she puts the towel on her face, and it's just
cum rag is...
I don't know why. I don't know why I was thinking about today, but it was just so goddamn funny.
Just because.
I think it's because fantasy football is on my mind, so it just immediately went there. But okay. I feel like Detroit Lions, Buffalo Bills should be an
Dude, the Colts
too.
is. I mean, these are some teams that I don't really know many guys from. Like this is tough.
Yeah, Colts and Giants. Like I'm immediately thinking of. I'm trying to think of like defensive players more than likely because I can't.
That's
think
where I'm
of,
at,
like,
dude. All Colts and all Giants have me all sorts.
I can't think of running backs or tight ends, receivers that might have like played there or something. So like that's throwing me off. Fuck it. I don't want to do it, but I will. Colts 1,000 yards. Give me Edgerrin James. It's a cop out, but whatever.
Edgerrin James, 31%.
Yeah.
I think it's a good one. Yeah, Giants just across the board. And then Lions, Bills. Lions, Giants, Golden Tate.
Oh, that is a good one.
36%. I'm still happy it just hit.
Damn, I thought that'd be way lower. Okay. Lions, Bills. Lions, Giants. I don't think this is gonna hit, but I think for Dolphins, Giants, give me Brandon Jacobs.
Brandon Jacobs, miss.
Thought he would have ended his career in Miami or something.
No, but I'm just running through every Dolphin player I could think of, and there's nothing. Colts, Bills. Tough thing is that Colts have had a bunch of bullshit. Oh man, Jacoby Brissett, but he never played for Bills or Giants. This is a tough one. I don't know. I'm just thinking of fucking Giants at this point. Not pause. I'm just thinking of the Giants at this point.
I was trying to think of if any of the linemen would have played elsewhere, like Justin Tuck, Osi Umenyiora.
That's where I'm at too. Is even Nate Solder, guys like that. No.
Yeah, Solder I only remember as Patriot and a Giant. That's it.
Right. I don't know if it's true. I'm gonna try Bills, Colts, John Brown. I don't think so, but wait. Pause. Colts, Giants, Paris Campbell.
He was Giant?
14%.
Wow. Bravo, sir. Bravo.
Whew. Your last guess, bud.
Fuck. Okay.
It is Bills, Colts, Bills, Lions, Dolphins, Giants. Dolphins, Giants feels like it should be easier.
It should. I thought OBJ was for sure that one.
No.
Give me. Oh, actually, fuck. Kiko Alonso would have been a good one for Dolphins and Bills. I'm just not realizing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Colts, Bills, give me Joseph the Die.
And miss.
Nah. It's our worst showing ever. Shit.
Well, I mean.
Oh, fuck off. Yeah.
I hit on mine.
My worst showing. Okay.
By far. Yep, don't know anyone there. Let's do men's basketball. Let's see what we got.
All right.
We got Clippers, Suns, first round draft pick, Celtics, Cavs, Blazers. You can go first this time.
So kind. Okay. Some Blazers. All right, I'm gonna be dumb. First round draft pick for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Give me Anthony Bennett.
15%.
Oh, I thought that'd be lower.
That's
Damn
funny.
it.
No, I think it's because he's such a bust that like. But I know obviously LeBron and Kyrie are high up.
Right, yeah.
Let's do. Fucking hate the Clippers. Wish I knew more Trailblazers.
Yeah, off the top of my head, like it's Dame, it's Walton, it's Drexler, and that's probably it.
I'm taking Celtics first round pick Larry Bird. 12%.
12? Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
I was gonna save that one for the Oh God, what was the name of the guy from Maryland that got drafted
Len
by them
Bias?
in the next day? Yeah, Len Bias. I was gonna save the Len Bias one for
Rest
that
in
one.
peace, Len Bias.
Ooh, this is a good one. Trailblazers first round pick, Sebastian Telfair.
Yep.
Did you remember seeing that documentary on ESPN when he was coming out?
No. 0.6%.
It was like he was being chronicled as like, the next like great point guard from New York City. He was on like the cover of Sports Illustrated and stuff like that, and he was it shows him like going to Louisville because that's where he had committed originally when Pitino was still there and stuff, and then he gets drafted. Yeah, it's pretty
cool.
good.
Bro, Clippers are killing me. Let's think Suns. No. I don't think so. This one's tough as shit too. Man, I feel like he was a Celtic too. Is it Suns, Celtics, PJ Tucker? Damn it. Miss. You're up.
Oh, was he not a Celtic?
No, wow. I thought he was. Okay. I thought he was. You know what it is? It's the Bucks I'm thinking of. The green. I just knew it was in green.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm bad.
Cavs, Suns, give me Shaq.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal, 37%.
Oh, I thought that'd be lower.
God, no, that's a big one. Cavs, Clips. Not many people. I'm having a tough time just thinking of Clippers. Not on this current team because... Well, Clippers, Blazers, Pat Bev. I don't know if he was a Trailblazer.
I don't remember if he was a Blazer. No, I don't know about that one. But okay.
Miss, yeah. Worth a shot.
Yeah. Blazers, Clippers, Bill Walton.
Yep. That's a good one. 13%. Wow, I thought he'd be higher.
People forget he's a Clipper. He signed that deal with the San Diego Clippers.
Mm-hmm. Clippers Celtics Paul Pierce. 21%.
Ooh, I forgot he was a Clipper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kicked my ass this time.
I don't remember if he was a Sun or a Nugget beforehand, but I'm gonna guess Blazers Suns Yusuf Nurkic.
Spell Yusuf.
I think it's Jusef.
Yep, Jusuf. There it is. Okay. And 21%. Nice. Cleaned up.
Oh, he was a Sun. Thank God.
I was thinking of Alex Len.
Wow.
But I couldn't remember if he was a fucking Blazer. Let's see. Go to his Wikipedia.
I haven't heard that name in forever. Bro, holy shit.
He played Suns, Hawks, Kings, Raptors, Wizards, Kings. So, no. Shit. I thought that was going to be a good one. Yeah, I broke that up. Boom. Like, basketball players just alone. My brain just shut off there. I feel like I couldn't, name guys on the Clippers. Back and forth. Just guys who have ever played for the Clippers.
Ever? Ooh,
yeah,
okay.
Not a competition. I'm just seeing how many we can do. We're a team on this.
Yeah, okay. Baron Davis.
Ivan Zubac.
Sam Cassell.
Paul George.
Kawhi Leonard.
Lou Williams.
Ooh, forgot about that one.
Damn, I just thought of one. That would have worked.
Elton Brand.
Chris Paul. Suns, Clippers.
Would have been probably a bit popular one. Blake Griffin.
DeAndre Jordan.
Ooh.
Damn, I just thought of another fucking one, man.
Matt Barnes.
Rajon Rondo. Celtics Clippers. Celtics Clippers. Damn.
Al Farouk Aminu.
That's a really good one. I'm not done yet.
I'm not.
I mean, I'm not done. Trust me.
I know.
Clippers. Danny Granger? I knew he was a Spur and I knew he was a Pacer.
Those are the big two I know him from. I don't remember him as a Clipper.
Let's go to Danny.
He might have played for the Raptors too, I think.
Dude, fucking Clippers. Let's go.
Really?
He went Pacers and then Clippers for 1 year and then Heat. Oh, he was never a Spur?
Who's the guy we're thinking of that was like Pop's favorite three-point shooter then? Like, I could have sworn Danny Granger was on that team.
I don't know, bro. You know who I'm definitely thinking of? I could have swore he was a Spur. Huh. I physically was thinking of Tracy McGrady.
Unless we're thinking of Danny Green?
No. Danny Granger. Oh, another Clipper. Danny Green. You're up. Was he a Clipper? Danny Green? Yeah, Danny.
I'm now racking my brain because who the fuck was
I'm thinking of
the
Tracy
guy
McGrady, but jeez, Danny Green. From the Cavs to the Bayhawks to the Spurs to the Reno Bighorns to the Spurs to the Austin Toros to the Union Olympia to the Raptors to the Lakers to the Sixers to the Grizzlies to the Cavs to the Sixers.
So it was Danny Green who was Pop's favorite guy, not Danny Granger. Okay.
Danny Green was the one that shot 9 threes in a final. Yeah.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
You're up for Clippers player.
trying to think of like the Michael Olowokandi.
Who?
He was the number 1 overall pick in like the early, like late 80s, early 90s, I think.
Got it. Never heard of him once in my life. Wow.
Massive bust, yes.
The Candyman.
Yes, that was his thing.
I said Jamal. I said Lou. James Harden? Was he a Clipper? Greg, was James Harden a Clipper?
I believe he was this past year, yeah.
James Harden. Yeah, okay. Thank God. All right. Woo!
Jamal Crawford.
I already said him.
When?
Early. Because that's the crossover god.
Okay. Oh, JJ Redick.
There you go. That's a really good one.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, just
did we say Pat Bev?
Topic real...
I think we did. Go ahead.
No, it'll count because like you thought he was a Blazer, so like yeah, I'll count that. Which, by the way, not to get off topic, but I am very excited to see him as a head coach this year. I don't know what to expect, which makes me excited. And then the other thing too is like if it works out, great. If it doesn't, he's back at ESPN where he belongs because I like money.
I've decided this year I'm just going to enjoy watching LeBron play basketball and not worry about how the Lakers do because I need to just try to appreciate.
Wait a second. Are you giving this the Kobe Bryant retirement tour treatment?
I am giving it. Life is too short to continuously dislike a guy. Let's see what he can do and just have fun. We're not the Lakers. We're just a team that LeBron's on and his son. Because if I look at it as the Lakers, Greg, I'm going to be upset. Not because of LeBron, just because I won a title and we're not going to win a title this year.
I get it, man, but hear me out. Like, I'm excited to see Anthony Davis this year. I'm excited to see Dalton Connect play this year. Like, you getting
Dalton Connect is a fucking dog.
Dalton Connect is a dog. Yes, I'm very excited to see him on that team. So no, like I don't think they'll win a title this year. I think the West is extremely strong, but I also am not gonna say they're not gonna do bad necessarily. So you never know.
Fair. Patrick Beverly.
Fuck.
Oh, I got one. Actually, excuse my Patrick Beverly because we said I want to say Austin Rivers.
Oh, God damn it. Oh, man. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. Fuck.
I know. I'm trying to think of eras. So, like, who was on
honest to God, man, I didn't...
City or whatever they were.
That's my problem. I didn't pay attention to the Clippers until, like... Oh, God. I didn't start paying attention to the Clippers until they went on that run against the Grizzlies.
What'd they call themselves? CP3 and...
Dunk City. Not Dunk City. Dunk City is FGCU. Oh God. Oh, Lob City.
Lob City. Yep.
Lob City. Yeah. Oh God. Honestly, like I was like running through guys that like were on that clipped show. I was trying to figure out. Yeah, and I think I got through everyone.
All right. I think I win.
Yeah, you did. I'm stuck. Fuck. I was trying to think of like who was on that team that beat the Spurs in the first round and then got that was the Grizzlies. I was trying to think of the team that like went on that run where they beat the Warriors or something and Yeah.
I'm pulling
Baron
up
Davis got
the
paid.
Clippers all-time scorers list.
Oh God, that's gotta be
Actually,
rough.
we'll look at games. I can just expand all these. Let's go. All right. All-time games played. DeAndre Jordan, Randy Smith, Eric Pletkowski, Loy Vaught, Corey Maggette, Blake Griffin, Chris Kaman, Elton Brand, Gary Grant. Okay. Let's go down to field goals. Randy Smith, Blake Griffin, Bob McAdoo.
Wow. Had no idea he was a Clipper.
I know, I'm just looking at trying to look at lists. Elton Brand we mentioned. Kawhi we mentioned. Montrezl Harrell. Yep.
Wow, Montrezl Harrell.
World Be Free. Marcus Camby.
Wow.
Nicholas Batum. Wesley Johnson.
Meta World Peace didn't play for the Clippers, did he?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll tell you flat out, that one's Nicholas Batum's tough.
Nicholas Batum's a good one too.
I know. Zubox there, got him. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. You did.
All right.
No idea who the fuck that Randy Smith guy was.
No clue at all, dude.
Oh, God damn.
All right, Greg. I say we call it a night and go watch some football.
I say sounds good. I got 5 guys I need to produce tonight after my awful showing.
I thought you were saying you just got burgers and fries from Five Guys. I was super excited for
you.
No,
no, I ate already. I'm good.
Good. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for so much watching on YouTube and whatnot. Greg, we'll keep this train rolling, and we'll talk about what we want to do.
I like the nugget you started off the show with, so I think that's a good way to start.
All right. See you, buddy.
Tell Cousin Brian I'll see him tomorrow.
Yeah, little bitch.